All right, what time control are we feeling? I'm thinking we probably want to play a 10+0 game. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to jump in. Okay, we're playing black. We're playing against Joao Nilton, 74, and he plays e4. We play e5. That's just the response that we give in that circumstance. Knight f3, we play knight c6. Oh, and he plays the Scotch game. Okay, that is fine. We're going to take, and if he pushes, we're just going to leave it alone. Okay. We actually don't care about trading here. We want to discourage a pawn push for if we're going to play here. What up, Melon Dog? So I think I'm just going to push this pawn. How's your day going? You doing well? And he's got a bishop out developed here. I'm just playing against a random person right now. Started the stream. No one's here yet. Oh, why? You want to play? All right. He castles. Let's get our bishop developed. Again, we're preventing the pawn push here. Let's go ahead. Just got back from a nice long walk. Doing well. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Okay, so we're castled, and he's blitzing out moves here. Let's try not to get sucked in. Okay, so what's our plan here? You might have a shot. We'll talk a little bit about the engagement here, but let's see. So he develops his knight. This is probably something that he's aiming for. I'm a little bit tempted to occupy the hole in his position here, because if he pushes f4, like all the better for us. We retreat and life is good. Although if he pushes f4, we can take the bishop. So I guess the first thing that he'll probably do is retreat the bishop, and we just need to make sure that we leave space for our knight to move back. Yeah, I think today I'm going to run a thing where anybody that wants can challenge me to a game, and the loser has to buy a sub to the channel. So if I lose, I'll buy you a sub, and if you lose, you buy a sub to the channel. Let's see. Probably b6. He has 2 defenders. I would have 2 attackers, and I can keep piling up. That seems like the move. Then we can get our bishop on f8. Bishop on f8, there is no mate. Okay, and he just makes a nice move here, noticing that this square is a little bit soft for him. I guess he was worried about something like this, but that's not what we're interested in. Let's just try and make sure we don't get too far down on time. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the outside there, Melon Dog. It's good to get out. Oh, and you're a very pleasant blue color. All right, so there's the pawn push that we were worried about. And that means we probably need to move our knight back, and we should expect something like this, and then we'll have to retreat our knight here. So our position's going to get a little awkward. Well, no, actually, because if he pushes the second one, we can get... Well, no. So I only get to dictate part of the opening. Let's see. The other option is I can go here. If I go here, then I'm leaving this square for my other knight, and if he trades, no problem. So I think I am going to do that. This opening was the Scotch game. So that is e4, and I play e5. Okay, sure. What's he doing here? I think it's just this, and I don't see what's happening. Yeah, so it's e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and then he plays d4, which encourages a lot of trades. Okay, so he's coming for my queen. He's also getting ready to attack here. I think we probably just play queen up, and then we'll solve the problem of this knight in a moment. Yeah. Because that continues to defend this square. Other options were here. Okay, so he's just cemented this knight in, which I think we want to contest. We're going to go ahead and contest that. He's down a piece, so he's got to justify this piece sacrifice. Now, one thing that we do have to note is that, okay, we probably play takes. We don't want to take there, actually. That forks 2 of our pieces. So we just want to take here, and he can continue to ramp up the pressure, no problem. So the other thing we probably want to do is find a way to attack this square again so we can take the pawn. The other thing we could theoretically do is push, try and destabilize the knight. But I don't think that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, and if he takes, I think our first move is here. Because this pawn can't do anything to us right now, and his king is pretty wide open. Oh, did I just hang my queen? No, I did not. I could play here. Freaked myself out there for a second. And he plays knight takes, so he has won a pawn. We can win the pawn back, but first, let's kick his knight out. And if he goes somewhere like here, then we'll just push. Okay, so he's got his knights defending each other in the territory, and he's threatening to take here if we take here. So we probably first need to take here. throw in a check, and then take there. So takes. He plays takes. We play check. The alternative is we could have taken here, I suppose. I'm just trying not to get steamrolled in the wrong amount of time. And then, yeah, we're still up a piece, and now we're going to be, like, actually up a piece. So now what we have to do is consolidate, and the game should be over. Okay, so we have to be aware that he has a dark square bishop, so all things being equal, we want to keep our things on... Okay, well, he wants to trade bishops. Yeah, I will happily trade pieces while you're down a piece. Aha. Okay, I see. Let's retreat to the corner. It gives us some back rank weaknesses, but I can live with that. Oh, and he takes this rook. That's interesting. Okay, let's defend the... Aha. So now that we're in this position, things become a little bit difficult for us, because if we go here, he can play there, and life will get hard for us. So we probably actually just want to do something like this, so that we can defend here. We have some back rank weaknesses due to the fact that we went here. But we can resolve those. We can get there. All right. So now we are up 2 pieces for the rook. Okay. And right now those pieces are like these knights, which suck. But we can mobilize ourselves to get back in the game. And let's go ahead and do that. We're still defending this pawn, so we don't have to worry about it yet. But we have to remember that when he kicks this knight, we're undefending this pawn. And if we move this knight somewhere, we'll still be defending the infiltration square. We're defending this infiltration square. He can go here, and we can defend that square by going here. So we're covering here, we're covering here, we're covering here, we're covering here, we're covering here. This rook doesn't really have good prospects and go there or there. The other thing we might want to do is step up our king. But so far, things seem okay. So the other thing we can do is we can go in this direction. Does that threaten anything? Does that do anything? I feel like the other option is to move this knight around somewhere. That might be more fruitful, especially if we have the opportunity to fork the rook and the pawn, as opposed to going to this square, which forks the rook and the knight. So I'm saying we probably want to go here. And if we can win an exchange, we'll be back up a clean piece. All right. Chipotle is asking how my order was. I have Chipotle on these days. That is fine. And I would like you to demote your rook, please. Or demote your rook, and then we can start having some fun. In particular, we can line up on the diagonal. Okay, we undefended this square. If we push here, then we're probably good to go. Yeah, we're also not defending this anymore, are we? Yeah, that's the question. Is this pawn more valuable, or is this pawn more valuable? Tough to tell. I think this pawn is probably more valuable. This pawn is more likely to queen, but the lack of this pawn is more likely to allow him to queen. Aha. Okay, so he's looking to go here. I don't really know that well, it threatens checkmate is most of what it does. My way to defend that is to play here, and then when he plays here, to find some active defense. This is not going well. The other defensive idea I have is I can go here, which forks his rook into the square that he's trying to attack. That is probably a better plan. Let's do that first. Glad we calmed down there. Took a minute, but man, are we running out of time. Just gotta keep moving. Just gotta keep playing. Oh man, my background is super busy. I was solving a math problem today because I got nerd sniped, which is fun. It's always enjoyable to do a little bit of math. Gosh, how do we get rid of his knight? We're still hunkering in on this square. My temptation is to push, because we'll be attacking and we'll be attacking. We could force more trades. My other temptation is to go here, but then he gets his rook on the open line, and that would not be my favorite. In fact, perhaps I want to move my rook to the open line. I think I'm going to do that. That's fine. And now he wants to go here, so this bishop needs to stay put. We can take this pawn. The question is, does that cause any problems for us? The other thing he can do is go here to try and slip in, but our rook is staying put as well. So that should be fine. And if he takes the bishop, then we go here, and then he's threatening this pawn, and we'll have to move our knight again. But that'll be okay. Let's go ahead. Let's trade. If you want to be down the exchange again, and we can go here, no problem. No problem. Man, this is a rough game, though. We're up material, but we are trying very hard not to get mated. The other interesting thing that we can do, if we can afford to give up this square, which I don't think we can, is go here. If he goes there, actually, we can go here, and it doesn't matter that he can take because we're still defending. So that's the other plan that we can make here, is to move bishop d4. I'm trying to see if there's any defense to that. I don't think so, because if he takes first, we take, and then if he's here, it still doesn't do anything. And he realizes that possibility for us. This knight has to stay put. Aha. Now I can go here, and if he takes, then I take, and then if he's here, then I go back here. And then the problem becomes, how do we defend our knight? I think the answer is we chill out about it. Let's see, what productive knight moves do we have? Here, here. Probably this knight move. Let's see, if we go here, are we going to end up stranded somehow? No, I don't think so, because we can still go here if we need to, if he goes like this. So we should be fine. This is a safer place to be, but it's equally difficult to get out from. Worst case, we can always go back here. The forward knight moves that I was looking for, forward is in more central to the board. Aha! So he found another way to attack that square. I mean, easy solution. We go like this. And we're defending this square as well. Though again, we have to be careful here. Aha! Yes. Trying to think if there's a way that I can give up the piece in a way that doesn't get me owned. Because if he takes, then we take, then he takes again, then we're not mated, but life is unpleasant. I think we have to play here. And we'll just accept that fact and force him to trade. Which is unfortunate. So if he takes, we take there. And if he takes, we take, and we're defending. So we're in a decent spot. This is being defended here. I want to go, can't go like that. I'll go like this. We have 55 seconds left. Again, we are struggling to make the appropriate moves. He's going to go somewhere like there. Let's pin his knight to his rook. Yeah, we're falling apart. We're running out. Sure. Might have made ourselves a little fortress, which is nice. Oh man, this is what we get for playing slow early, is that we're running out of time when the game gets complicated. But that is okay. I'm just surprised that he checked us instead of just taking our knight. It seems like he could have taken our knight and then checked us, and it would have been much stronger for him. That doesn't seem good. That's what I thought. Now, We can't go there. Probably go... Oh, gosh. All of the things along this thing are bad for us. So let's go here. So at least we have a reasonable check we can give. Yeah. What he probably wants to do is take here first. Which seems reasonable. Man, this is a rough position for us. But I need to... We have 6 seconds left. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I saw that. Let's do that, and then if our turn comes, like, if he checks us, that's the only move we have. Yeah, I didn't think so. Just try not to run out of time. Unfortunately, it's forcing us to use some of our time. But I think we're going to lose here. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's take a quick look at the analysis board. Just so we can see how this went. Let's see who all is in chat right now. We got a few. Oh, Checkmate We is here. I play every once in a while. That would be a rough match. Oh, how you doing, Checkmate We? Good to see you. All right, analysis board's almost done. I think I'm running a special tonight. Checkmate, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. There we go. All right. Oh, apparently we were winning for a fair amount of this. Okay. Let's take the moments here for a second. Okay. Normal game. Yeah, and then he just sacrifices his bishop for no reason, right? Yeah, we're way ahead here. Things are going fine. This position was just very difficult to play. Okay, it didn't like us doing this, which is fair. We probably need to... Oh, he's threatening this. So we need to play something like this. Right? Because he's going to fork our rooks, and the only thing protecting that square is this bishop. The alternative is that we can just move our bishop here. And we'll see whether or not it prefers that in a moment. I suppose having our king out in the open is not great. No, this is the best move. Okay, good. Yeah, and then it really does not like us giving ourselves all these back rank problems. So it just wants us to go here probably where we can't get checked. Yeah. And that's fair. Things are still better for us here. What puts us in that position? Probably just trading rooks. Something to this effect. Maybe taking his knight. His knight was extremely problematic throughout the game. I could be thinking more here, but okay, that's not great. Wants us to move this knight. Just forward? Okay, that's what I was considering, but it didn't seem as useful. I guess because it restricts his knight, like it prevents his ability to move forward in meaningful ways, although the square's already protected. And he can still... Oh, he can't go here. That was one of the problems that he infiltrated. That's fair. Okay. Does it still want us to disconnect his rooks? No, he's going to threaten this again. Does it want us to... Okay, yeah, it really doesn't like that. Oh, it just wants us to push this pawn. We were debating this pawn or this pawn, and we picked the wrong pawn. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right, good. We found the thing that keeps us alive here. Okay, and what is it? Oh, it wants us to play this move, which we had seen, I think. Oh, no, it wants us to pin his rook. Check. Move. Here. He can't do anything with his rook. And then we take his rook, right? So, like, best case, he does something like this. Best case, he does something like this. Or moves his knight or something, and he can get it. But now we're just up a clean piece, and as long as we can stave off checkmate, we'll be okay. Okay. I should have seen that. That was on me. Okay. Apparently we're still winning here, but I'm not seeing it. Is it still just something like this? Yes. King G2, Rook D2 check, King F1, Rook F2 check. Aha. King E1, Rook B2. Okay, all right. It basically just wants us to keep his king out of the game. Okay, all right. And then after that, it was just a clean conversion by our opponent, which makes sense. I mean, we just had nothing to do and no time on our clock. So that's fair. Okay, all right. That was an okay game. We started off a little slow. We always do that. All right, so what do we want to play next?